Hello my lovelies, what's up and welcome back to my channel. Welcome to today's video. I am so excited. Finally got my hands on the Natasha Denona Love Collection. There's a little bit of a snafu with shipping, so it took a little bit longer than anticipated. I will go into that in the video, but if you're interested in seeing, at least for me, how these products worked, just a kind of first impression, just play with these products and see what they are like, then just keep on watching. Okay guys, so for shipping, here's the deal. I wanted to wait till this came to Sephora because I had my points, gift card, gift certificate, whatever, like where you can redeem points for a $100 certificate. And I really wanted to use it towards this. But recently, if you are not aware, Sephora has since removed flash shipping as a perk for Rouge members, which was the perk I enjoyed the most. Anyways, you now have to pay $15 annual membership in order to get that. And so I went ahead and did it. I bit the bullet. It hurt my heart just because it should still be a perk. Anyways, I'm not going to get into that. But then I also paid the $5.95 for and it says on their site, guaranteed 1 business day shipping. So when I placed my order, it had said if I placed my order within 3 hours that I would get it by the next day. Yeah, that didn't happen. So I literally got it 3 days after placing the order. And so I called and I said, but it says guaranteed. And they said, no, it's not guaranteed. It's just an estimate. And I'm like, then y'all need to remove that first. Because from a quality control perspective, that doesn't look too good. Anyways, so it finally came in. I'm just, kind of relaying my experience. And there is a little bit of frustration and bitterness inside my soul because they removed the flash shipping for what seems to be the, for Rouge, it is the highest tier, and there's some of us that have loved shopping at Sephora, but it might kind of redirect a little bit there. Anyways, so there is that. But okay, we've got a lot to talk about. We've got the 3 products from the Love Collection, and I want to go in and give you swatches and all that before we go into the demo. So I will place links in the description box below for each of these products as well as their prices. The palette was $25. The lipstick, these two I cannot remember for certain. I want to say the little duo was $42, and I think the lipstick was maybe about $27. I don't know. Don't quote me on that. I will place it down below. So let's go ahead and get started with these. So this is, the palette is made in Italy for reference. So is the duo. And then the lipstick, which is my first Natasha Denona lipstick. Let's see, this one. Ooh, where is this one made? Why am I having a hard time finding it? Made in Italy as well. They all share the same pink packaging, which I am so here for. I am a huge Valentine's Day fan. I love everything pink and red. I love the theming. Even when I was single, I still loved Valentine's Day for that reason. So it's never been a bitter holiday for me. And I was so excited for this collection. I can't even tell you. Okay, let's go into the little palette. So I noticed that she named this the same way that Marc Jacobs does his little sliver eyeshadows. It says it's "You are my true love." So each shadow has a word and it all makes a sentence or a phrase. So here's what it looks like right here. This shade is a serious shifting shade. We will go into that in the demo, but it is a pink if you look at it straight on, but it has the heaviest gold shift. It's absolutely beautiful. This lilac shade right here, again, you'll see all this in the demo. It looks pretty light in the pan. It's very rich in pigment, which I appreciate. This deep one is a shade that I would say I'm a little scared to go into that because this could really make my look go south. It's not intimidating in the least. And then you've got a couple of beautiful, like a inner corner brow bone shade, and then a pink shade that is absolutely Valentine's Day perfect. So let's go ahead and go into these swatches real quick, and that way you have an idea. You may have already watched 25 videos on this particular palette, on this particular collection, so this may not be anything new to you, but I do still want to give you the swatches and give you an idea of what these look like. So that is the palette right there. Again, I will, as usual, place swatches on a deeper skin tone up in the corner so that if you are a deeper skin tone than myself, you kind of have an idea of how they would look on you. So moving on, let's go into the little duo. And I'm gonna start picking up the speed because I'm a little short on time. But this is like last year's where it's got like the little heart confetti glitter, whatever. This, again, these are the details that for me make a product unique. It makes it worth the money, you know? And you've got a couple of products in here. A cream blush, which is the same cream blush in the Daria Diamond and Blush highlight, or palette, sorry. I don't know yet. I haven't decided if I'm gonna throw up a swatch with this and the other blush. So many people have already done it. There's already been a ton of comparisons. But yes, this is a little bit of a better formula. I mean, that one was a few years old. She's probably perfected it and has just kind of released it. It's a beautiful shade. I love it. Perfect Valentine shade. And then the highlight has a very heavy gold shift. I am not a fan of pink type of highlights, and this one is right up my alley. So that tells you that it doesn't lean heavy pink. And it's got like hearts embossment all over. It's absolutely stunning. Again, the detail for me is where it's at, and I love when a brand puts some thought into that. This is everything that I had hoped the Anastasia Iced Out highlighter would be and wasn't. And so, oh my gosh, look how wet that looks. So beautiful. So here's what these two look like right there. And I absolutely love them. So pretty, so pretty. Let's go ahead and give you a quick swatch of the Lippy in the shade 36 NP Amarosa. This is my very first Natasha Denona Lippy, and I'm excited. So, and truly the reason I bought it was because the packaging matches the collection. Had she just done this as an extension to her line, I probably wouldn't have given it another look, which this is absolutely stunning. It looks deeper in the tube than it is on the lips. So if you are intimidated by that, as I was, then do not fear. This lipstick is beautiful. This is what it looks like right there. This whole collection, just the thought that went into this, absolutely stunning. I love it. Anyways, okay, so that being said, we've gone through swatches and now I kind of want to take you into a demo. Let's just hang out and put this stuff on my face. And that way you kind of have an idea of what it would look like on you or how it worked for me or whatever the case may be. Let's just hang out and put this stuff on my face together. All right, my friends, so we're gonna start off with the little eyeshadow palette. I have noticed that the shade names are kind of like the Marc Jacobs, what are they, like 6-pan palettes where it's a word for each name. So this one says, you are my true love. So let's go ahead and start off with this little lilac shade. This one, okay, so I've only used this palette for this eye, but I'm gonna tell you what my experience was. Just because this is kind of a first impressions, especially for the other products, but this one does go on a lot more pigmented than what you would see in the pan. I would have thought this would have been like a pale type of lilac shade, but it's very rich, which I'm not complaining. It's very pretty, but it doesn't take a whole lot of layering. Usually I would go in with a shade like this, like 2 or 3 times. And this is literally like once and done. It's that pigmented, which is kind of nice. So for funsies, I will add one more layer, but not too much because I'm not looking to go super heavy. But it makes it nice that you don't really have to keep on layering. And that was an unexpected surprise. I was really happy with that. For reference, I did prime with the P. Louise base. I've been kind of alternating between that one and the e.l.f., I forget, like putty eye primer or whatever. But yeah, really like that. Okay, so next I'm going to take a smaller blending brush. This one's by BH Cosmetics. It's a number 5 from Sunset. And I'm going to go in with this deepest shade, which is My. And this looks intimidating in the pan, but once you start blending it on to the eye, it almost dissipates to where it's not intimidating at all. It's not one of those shades that can ruin your look if you go a little too heavy, like a black shade or a deep brown shade. This one actually, as you blend, it will start to sheer out quite a bit. So I found that I had to layer about 3 times on this eye and to kind of really blend quite a bit to smooth it out, because you see how it looks deeper like right there than it does right there. I have trouble blending that out. Now, again, this is first impression, so for me, first impression kind of means nothing, but it might be the primer, it might, who knows. But it's a very beautiful shade. It's a very pretty, smoky Valentine's type of shade, because it's like a, it looks like a brown purple in the pan, like almost even a deep gray, I don't know. Once you start blending it out, you see that it's more of like a dark plum type of shade, which is very, very pretty and goes with this color scheme. But you see how it's still kind of, let me take my fluffier brush right here and just kind of blend right here where I went up a little on the brow bone. This brow bone on my eye, on my right eye, extends further out than my left eye, so it ends up usually with more shadow than the left eye. So, okay, let's go in with, no surprise, the Fenty Pro Filter Eye Primer. This is what I'm gonna use in case you're new for my tacky base. This is always perfect for like metallic looks or metallic shades. They adhere so nicely to this. So I'm just gonna lay this down. It's almost like a kind of a shadow glue type thing, or a glitter glue, but I mean for shadow. And I'm gonna take it over that deeper shade, just a hint, and then we will overlap that, you know, in a bit. I'll grab my paper towel. Okay, so let's go ahead and grab, so first off, I'm gonna go in with the shade U, which is this one right here. I'm gonna start with my finger. This is like, when you look at it straight on, it's like a lilac shade, but when you look at it from the side, it's like gold. I don't know if you're gonna be able to see that, but it definitely has a very heavy shift, which I love, and I wish the Trio Chrome palette would have had more of. Yes, it's beautiful. This is like, I hope you can see the shift, but it's very, very pretty. Quite frankly, I think this is like very, I know this is preliminary and I'm giving you the answer kind of early on. I think this palette is worth it for that one shade. A lot of y'all might think I'm ridiculous because a lot of times I will say that a palette is worth it for one shade, but when a lot of y'all think, no, it has to be the whole thing, no, I love it. Okay, so now with the brush, because I can't reach into that little area, we're gonna go in with the last shade, which is called Love. This is a BH Studio Pro 7. I like this brush very, very much. It's a good packing brush. It's nice and stiff. I picked it up because I wanted free shipping when I bought a couple of those Sweet Shop palettes, and it always sticks in my craw to have to pay shipping. So I added the brush to get the free shipping. So what I'm gonna do with this is I'm not only gonna put it right here on the inner portion, I'm gonna extend it up almost like a little arm, like it's gonna create like a little rainbow over that other shade that I put in the middle. Grab a little more. So just kind of up where the lid meets the crease, just creating like a little arm or like a little rainbow, just like that. Okay. So then what I'm gonna do is, without grabbing any additional product on my blending brush with the deep shade, I'm just gonna kind of sweep this so that they mix well together. That's it. So grabbing a small little detailer brush, I'm gonna use the shade True, which is this one right here, and that's gonna be inner corner, of course. What I love about this palette so far is that none of these shades are looking to be like topper shades. There's a formula by Natasha Denona that I am not a fan of, and it's in a few of her palettes, and it's like a metallic shade, but it's a very light metallic shade in that it's very thin. So if you don't have anything underneath, it's not opaque, and I don't like that. So real quick, I'm gonna go back in with this pink shade right here, and I'm gonna do a portion of my lower lash line here. Again, be careful if you wear contact lenses because doing this can be painful. Now, I have not had like a whole lot of issues with that one kicking up product into my eye, which is nice. But when using eyeshadows, sometimes they get in your contacts and it's very uncomfortable. Okay, so now I'm just gonna go in with this deepest shade right here. I'm really liking this palette a lot. Just kind of sweeping because I don't want it to look super concentrated. I want it to look buffed out. That's it, I think. Except now I feel like I see a, I don't like that. Went a little too heavy past the lashes, and it ends up, you can tell. So let's do that. It's a little better. Soon you won't be able to tell at all because the lashes will be on, but I do, so that takes care of that. That's it. I very much like that. So let's just go ahead and go in with a little bit of liner, not doing a wing or anything. I really am just gonna put a little bit on the lash line, more for the lashes, but okay, so the eyes are done. Let's move on to the cheeks. This particular blush, you've heard this a million times over at this point. It is in the shade Pink Coral. It is in the Diamond and Blush palette, which I do have. I can throw up a swatch for you, but there's a ton of videos out already of people comparing the two. And in essence, this blush seems to be a little bit richer in pigmentation than the other one. In addition, it seems to be like a little bit more of an upgraded formula. I don't know, I haven't tested the two. For me, it's more about this product as a standalone product. I'm not really looking to, you know, okay, what's like what, but if you have that blush and you were looking into this palette just for the blush, then just know that you probably have a very similar product already. So I don't know that it would warrant I think this was $42. So let's go ahead and place this. I went ahead and took it on my Real Techniques cream blush brush. I have to say that slow or else it will be a tongue twister for sure. So let's see. This is a beautiful shade. I love this, and in fact, I love the one in the Diamond and Blush palette as well. But I find that because of that, the size of that palette, it's very large. The way I have it put away, I don't remember to reach for it, but it is beautiful. So again, cream blushes are kind of hard to overdo, and this one is really no exception. I didn't go in with a whole lot, so it is pigmented. It's very pretty. And then let's go in with the highlight. So I love the little hearts on this. This for me is, this is what gets me. Like, I will purchase something if it's beautiful like this. I love a good Valentine's Day product, and you know, a little heart embossment. Never hurt anybody. I love it. So let's see. I can't tell if it's really picked much up on the brush, but I keep going in and I'm like, did it? It's like really packed in there. And I don't want the little hearts to go away, but okay, I got a little bit on there. It's very pretty. It took me a minute to really tell though that it was going on. So, but I am having to really dig in there. It is very firmly packed in there. I have to say though, it is, now that I can tell that it's going on, it's a beautiful glass look. It doesn't look like it's a layer of powder wearing over top of my skin. I hate when that does that. The most recent one was the Anastasia Iced Out highlighter. That looked like a layer of powder just kind of sitting. I was not a fan. This, however, is very pretty. It does have like a very, I don't know how to describe it to you, a pinky gold shift, I guess. but I'm not usually a fan of like pink toned things, like as far as highlight. And this is not, I'm not opposed to this. Like it's not heavy on the pink shift to where it'd be like that. Like it's heavier on the gold shift. This is very beautiful. Let's move on to the final thing, the lipstick. And I have never used a Natasha Denona lipstick before. This will be my first. I'm so excited. It's beautiful. It's got the pink, so pretty. And that's really why, that's what drew me in to purchase it, is because it matches the packaging on this. Had it been just an extension to the lipstick line, I probably would not have picked it up. So kudos to them for suckering those of us in with packaging. It looks a little bit deep in the tube, however. I do think that based on what I've seen, it kind of goes on a little bit lighter. Ooh, it smells like cupcakes. Okay. Oh my gosh. This is beautiful. Wow, that is absolutely beautiful. What a fun collection. What a, wow, yes. And the inside of the box is like a baby pink. Yes, this collection drove it home for me. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Okay, hope that you enjoyed this kind of first impressions and that it was helpful for you and that it was, I don't know, a little bit of fun. All right, friends, so that was quick and easy. I hope that you found that beneficial. So real quick, I'm just gonna give you a couple of thoughts. This isn't a full-on review, obviously, because it is a first impressions, but and first impressions for me can be very hit or miss because you could love something now and kind of hate it down the road or vice versa. But typically, I would say like 98% of the time, based on my first impression, is how I end up liking or disliking a product going forward. So love the palette. Love, love, love the palette. For me, it's worth it all for this one shade right here with the heavy shift. It's absolutely beautiful. It's not like a topper shade. This is actually quite opaque. A couple of layers gets you all the pigment you need. It's absolutely beautiful. I love that this matte right here, you can go in with a little bit and it still packs a punch, even though in the pan, it's like, that looks kind of light. No, it's beautiful. This one is not intimidating in the least. Once you put it on, it starts shearing out. I did have a little bit of trouble with that one eye where it was looking a little bit deeper in one area and I couldn't get that to blend out, but that could be anything. That could be the primer, it could be my application, whatever. But all in all, I do love that shade. I love how it shears out to like a beautiful plum. And then this for me was an average metallic highlight for brow bone and inner corner, but then this pink shade, I love it. I love it. It's the epitome of Valentine's Day, quite frankly. I love the pink casing or whatever this is called. This was a total win for me. I highly recommend it, quite frankly. This, I just love it. It looks so wet on the skin. It looks like glass, honestly. It is not what I expected. I expected it to have like a heavier pink shift, and I am so pleasantly surprised that it doesn't, and it looks absolutely stunning. It looks gorgeous on the skin. I am so in love with this highlight. Again, it's everything I had hoped the ABH one would be and wasn't, so I was bummed about that. And so now I'm like, oh, I wasn't expecting that with this. And the fact that it's got the little hearts is just, the blush, beautiful, absolutely beautiful. A step up from the one from the Diamond and Blush. So if you own that one and have owned that one for a while, it's probably a few years old at this point. At least mine is like 2-3 years old. So it's not a bad idea to pick this up and have a fresh one that's in a little bit of a better, I think, formula, a little bit richer. Lastly, the lipstick. Now I can't really speak to the wear because I've only put it on just a few minutes ago. So comfortable, so opaque. So this shade though is like, had to look in the mirror. My perfect shade of nude. I love it. I love this and lighter in a nude formula. And this, I feel like is it moving? Anyways, so I love the packaging to this. I think I would be very enticed to pick up other shades in her line, but I'm glad she did that because had she not put the special packaging on this, I would have passed right on that. And this is a perfect combination, perfect Valentine's, soft, romantic, yet packs a punch, beautiful. Every single product in this collection, I would recommend. What can I say? Love, love, love. All right, my friends, I will let you go at this point. Hold on, let me grab my Bible. I need to give you a quick verse of the day. Alrighty, my friends. Well, real quick, I need to let you go, but giving you Luke 10:27, and it says, love the Lord your God with all your heart and with all your soul and with all your strength and with all your mind, and love your neighbor as yourself. Alrighty, my friends, I thank you for your support. I love each and every one of you. Thanks for just kind of chilling with me today, talking some makeup. I love each and every one of you, but remember that Jesus loves you so much more. Until the next one, please stay safe and stay well. Have a great rest of your day. Bye, friends.